if sharks disappeared? This is a healthy ocean. It is a balanced environment where many animals and plants thrive. The ocean is home to a lot of creatures. Big, small, slimy, cute, and scary. Look at that big shark. What kind of shark do you think that is? Ooh. Sharks have helped keep our oceans balanced for about 450 million years. Over that time, they evolved into a more than 400 different species that exist today. So species are other kinds of sharks. So there's different kinds of sharks, right? So now they're telling us that there's 400 different kinds of sharks species. Sharks are apex predators, which means they are at the top of the food chain in their ecosystem, the ocean. Losing an apex predator species can cause devastating effects in an environment. So that means this apex predator, the shark eats this, and this eats this, and this eats this, and this eats this, and this eats this. So the shark is at the top of that because it could eat any of those if it wanted, right? What do you think it eats the most of? Today, roughly between 1/4 and 1/3 of shark species are vulnerable to extinction because of overfishing. What could happen if this continues and sharks disappear altogether? Look at all these different kinds of sharks here. These are all the different species. The ocean would no longer be balanced. Although different species have different diets, most sharks typically eat sick, slow, or weak prey, leaving the healthy animals to reproduce. If sharks disappeared, the populations of seals, sea lions, and others would potentially explode. At higher populations, they would eat more and more fish, and eventually, once there weren't any fish left, they'd starve and die out as well. If fish disappeared, plankton, which is what many fish that are lower on the food chain, could quickly grow out of control. That would make an ocean a thick sludge. Nothing could survive in this water. If there was no plankton, that'd be crazy. Those are the tiny little fish. Many species of land animals that rely on the ocean for food, such as seabirds and polar bears, could starve and die out. The loss of those animals could cause still more species farther inland to die out. This pattern is a cause and effect called the trophic cascade. Could spread like a wave across the countries and continents until animals all around the globe were affected, from bees to birds to bears, and eventually to us. All species depend on one another to survive. By keeping our planet's ecosystem in balance, and luckily, today, boom, 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 sharks still exist. Sharks have not disappeared yet. I hope they never do. Sharks inhabit all of the oceans on the earth. The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, the Southern Ocean on the bottom. If we remember that we are all connected, and if we work together, sharks and our whole planet as we know it will thrive. And maybe we'll see that what once seemed so scary isn't so scary after all. This is the glossary here. telling you what different word means. Like the balance of the ocean they were talking about. Balance is when populations are at levels that allow all species, all the animals in the ocean, to exist in harmony, to exist together. Plankton is that little tiny thing I was talking about, very small dwelling plants and animals that are primary producers in the ocean food chain. How can you help save sharks? You can help save sharks by being a conscious consumer. So, this is what that means. If you don't buy any products containing shark in any form, such as shark fin soup, I've never had that, shark fin soup, or shark liver oil, or shark teeth, jaws, or cartilage. Also, you can travel or learn more about places that support shark education, like South Africa, Australia's Great Barrier Reef, and Bay Tyranny Marine National Park in Seychelles. You can create shark art. That would be so cool. You guys can do that at home. Create a shark picture, some art. Any kind of art you want. It doesn't just have to be paper and pencil. Let me know what you guys do. Thanks.